Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Every Day, the podcast that makes learning English simple and enjoyable. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Arthur. Hey, Michelle, you look particularly energetic today.
Hi, Arthur. I am energetic. I just had the most amazing realization this morning.
Oh? Tell me about it.
I was making breakfast and I suddenly noticed something. I was narrating everything in my head in English, not in my native language.
Really? That's incredible. That means your brain has actually switched modes.
Exactly. And that's perfect because today we're talking about something that every English learner wants to know.
What's that?
How to stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English.
Oh, this is going to be such an important episode. I remember when I was learning Spanish, translation was my biggest obstacle.
It's everyone's obstacle. You think of a word in your language, then you search for the English version, then you speak. It's exhausting.
And slow. By the time you've translated, the conversation has moved on.
Exactly. So today, we're going to teach our listeners how to rewire their brains.
Rewire. I love that word. It sounds powerful.
It is powerful. Before we start, everyone, please remember to subscribe if you enjoy our content.
Yes, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you've ever struggled with translation in your head.
And share this episode with anyone who's learning English. This could be the breakthrough they need.
Absolutely. Okay, Michelle, let's start with the big question. Why do people translate in their heads in the first place?
Great question. It's actually completely natural. When you learn your first foreign language, your brain doesn't have a direct connection to the new words yet.
So it uses what it already knows, your native language, as a bridge.
Exactly. Your brain is trying to help you. It's saying, I know this concept in your language. Let me connect it to this new word.
So translation isn't bad, it's just a beginner strategy?
Perfect way to put it. It's like training wheels on a bicycle. They help you start, but eventually you need to remove them to ride freely.
I like that analogy. So how do we remove the training wheels?
We create new pathways in the brain, direct connections between concepts and English words, bypassing your native language completely.
That sounds complicated. Is it hard?
Not at all. It just requires consistent practice with the right techniques. And we're going to share 3 powerful methods today.
I'm ready. What's the first technique?
Technique number 1, create an English bubble in your mind.
An English bubble. That sounds interesting. Explain.
Okay, imagine your mind has different rooms. Right now, English and your native language are in the same room, competing for space.
Okay, I'm visualizing this.
We want to create a separate room, a bubble, that is English only. When you enter this bubble, you only think in English.
But how do I create this bubble practically?
Start with specific activities. For example, when you're doing household chores, that's your English bubble time.
So when I'm washing dishes, I'm in the English bubble.
Exactly. The moment you turn on the water, you mentally say, I'm entering my English bubble now.
And then what? I just think in English?
Yes, but here's the key. You narrate everything you're doing as if you're teaching someone.
Like I'm making a tutorial video?
Exactly. Let me show you. Arthur, pretend you're washing dishes right now. Narrate it.
Okay, let me try. I'm turning on the faucet. The water is warm. I'm picking up a plate. It has some sauce on it. I'm using the sponge. The sponge is yellow. I'm scrubbing the plate in circles.
Perfect. Do you notice what just happened?
I described everything in simple English, and I didn't translate from another language first.
Because you were focused on the action, not the grammar. Your brain connected directly to what you were seeing and doing.
This is brilliant. What other activities can become English bubbles?
Any routine activity works perfectly. Getting dressed in the morning, making coffee, walking to the bus stop, exercising at the gym.
So I could say, I'm putting on my left shoe. Now my right shoe. I'm tying the laces. The laces are white.
Exactly. And the beauty of this technique is that you do these activities every day, so you get daily practice.
It's like free English lessons hidden in normal life.
Precisely. And here's a bonus tip. Don't worry about being grammatically perfect in your bubble.
Really? I thought grammar was important.
Grammar is important for communication with others, but in your English bubble, you're training your brain to think quickly in English. Fluency first, Accuracy later.
So if I say I'm making coffee instead of I am making coffee, that's okay?
In your bubble practice? Absolutely. Your brain will naturally correct itself over time as you hear more correct English from other sources.
This takes so much pressure off. I don't have to be perfect.
Exactly. The goal is to remove the translation step, not to speak perfectly.
I love technique number 1. What's technique number 2?
Technique number 2 is what I call English shadowing your day.
English shadowing. Tell me more.
You know how children follow their parents around and copy everything they do?
Yes, my nephew does this. He shadows my sister everywhere.
That's exactly what you'll do with English. You shadow English all day long by having it playing in the background of your life.
Like background music?
Similar, but more strategic. Let me explain the 3 types of English shadowing.
I'm listening.
Type 1, passive shadowing. This is when English is playing while you do other things: cooking, cleaning, exercising, commuting.
So I'm not actively listening, it's just there.
Correct. Your subconscious mind is focused on cooking, but your unconscious is absorbing English patterns, rhythm, and sounds.
Does that actually work?
Absolutely. It's called ambient learning. Your brain picks up patterns even when you're not actively paying attention.
So what should I listen to for passive shadowing?
Podcasts like ours are perfect, or audiobooks, radio shows, YouTube videos, anything with natural conversation.
And I just play it in the background while I live my life.
Exactly. 3 to 4 hours a day of this, and your brain becomes familiar with English sounds and patterns.
That's easy. I can do that. What's type 2?
Type 2 is active shadowing. This is when you actually repeat what you hear, mimicking the speaker.
Like an echo?
Yes, you play a video or podcast, and you repeat the sentences a few seconds after the speaker says them.
Can you demonstrate?
Sure, I'll say something, and you shadow me. Ready?
Ready.
English is a beautiful language.
English is a beautiful language.
I practice speaking every day.
I practice speaking every day.
See? You're copying my rhythm, intonation, and word stress.
This feels like singing along to a song.
That's exactly what it is, and it trains your mouth muscles and your brain simultaneously.
How long should I do active shadowing?
Even 10 minutes a day makes a huge difference. Choose content that's slightly below your level so you can keep up.
What's the third type of shadowing?
The third type is mental shadowing. This is the most advanced, but also the most powerful.
Mental shadowing.
You imagine conversations in English before they happen.
Like rehearsing.
Exactly. Let's say you have a meeting tomorrow in English. Tonight, you mentally rehearse the entire conversation.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine I'm going to a coffee shop tomorrow. Tonight, I mentally rehearse. I'll walk in and say, "Hello, can I have a large cappuccino, please?" The barista will say, "Sure. Anything else?" I'll say, "No, that's all. Thank you."
So you're creating a mental movie in English.
Precisely. And when the real situation happens, your brain says, "Oh, I've done this before," and the English flows naturally.
Because you've already practiced it mentally.
Exactly. Athletes do this all the time. They visualize their performance before competing.
This is genius. So technique 2 is English shadowing, passive in the background, active by repeating, and mental by rehearsing.
You've got it. Ready for technique 3?
Absolutely.
Technique 3, build your English personality.
My English personality? That sounds fascinating.
Here's what I've noticed. Many English learners feel like different people when they speak English versus their native language.
That's true. Some of my students say they feel more confident in English. Others feel shyer.
That's because language and personality are connected, so we're going to intentionally create an English-speaking version of yourself.
How do we do that?
First, choose an English-speaking role model, someone whose speaking style you admire.
Like a celebrity or teacher?
Could be anyone, a news anchor, a YouTuber, a character from a TV show, even a friend who speaks English well.
Okay, I choose, let me think. Maybe David Attenborough. His voice is so calm and clear.
Excellent choice. Now, when you practice speaking English, you're not just speaking, you're channeling your English personality.
So I imagine I'm David Attenborough narrating my life?
Exactly. Try it now. Describe what you're doing in David Attenborough's style.
Here we observe Arthur, sitting in a comfortable chair. He is holding a microphone. He appears to be recording a podcast with his colleague, Michelle.
That's perfect. Do you feel different when you speak like that?
I do. I feel more confident, more expressive.
That's the power of having an English personality. It removes the pressure of being yourself and lets you play a character.
So it's like acting.
In a way, yes. And acting is actually one of the best ways to practice language because you stop overthinking.
This is incredible. So I can be anyone when I speak English?
Absolutely. You could be a confident business person during work calls, a friendly neighbor when chatting casually, or a thoughtful philosopher when discussing ideas.
Different situations, different English personalities.
Exactly. And over time, these personalities merge into your authentic English-speaking self.
I love this. It makes English learning creative, not just educational.
That's the goal. Language learning should be enjoyable, not stressful.
Okay, let's recap all 3 techniques for our listeners.
Great idea. Technique 1, create English bubbles during daily activities. Narrate what you're doing.
Technique 2, shadow English all day, passively in the background, actively by repeating, mentally by rehearsing conversations.
Technique 3, build your English personality by choosing role models and channeling their speaking style.
These are all so practical, but Michelle, I have a question.
Go ahead.
How long does it take before someone actually starts thinking in English instead of translating?
That's the question everyone wants answered. Honestly, it varies from person to person.
What factors affect it?
Several things. How many hours per day you expose yourself to English, how consistently you practice these techniques, and most importantly, how much you relax and enjoy the process.
Relaxation is important?
Extremely. When you're stressed and worried about making mistakes, your brain goes into defensive mode and falls back on translation.
Because translation feels safe and familiar.
Exactly. But when you're relaxed and playful with English, your brain takes risks and creates new pathways.
So having fun actually speeds up the learning process.
Absolutely. That's why all 3 techniques we shared today involve activities you already do or enjoy.
They're integrated into life, not separate from it.
Precisely. Language becomes part of who you are, not something you study.
I want to share a personal story about this, if that's okay.
Please do.
I want to learn Spanish, and I struggled for 2 years with translation. I would think in English, translate to Spanish, speak, and people would look confused.
That sounds frustrating.
It was. Then I spent a month in Mexico, and something magical happened. After about 2 weeks of being surrounded by Spanish all day, I stopped translating.
What changed?
I realized I was having dreams in Spanish, and I was talking to myself in Spanish. My brain had switched.
That's the immersion effect. Your brain realized, oh, English isn't available right now, so Spanish is my only option.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Most people can't just move to an English-speaking country for a month.
Right, that's not realistic for everyone.
But using the techniques you share today, people can create artificial immersion in their own homes.
Yes, the English bubble is your home immersion, shadowing is your daily immersion, and your English personality is your mental immersion.
It's like bringing the English-speaking country to you.
I love that perspective. Now, before we finish, let's talk about common mistakes people make when trying to think in English.
Ooh, yes. What's the biggest mistake?
Mistake number 1, trying to think in complex sentences immediately.
They're too ambitious.
Exactly. Your brain needs to crawl before it can run. Start with simple present tense descriptions. I see a tree. The tree is tall. Birds are singing.
Not, I am observing a magnificent oak tree while contemplating the beauty of nature.
Exactly. Save the complex stuff for later. Simple is powerful.
What's mistake number 2?
Mistake number 2, judging yourself harshly when you make mistakes in your mental practice.
Being your own worst critic.
Yes. Remember, no one can hear your thoughts. Your English bubble is a safe practice space. Make all the mistakes you want.
So I should embrace mistakes in my mind.
Absolutely. Every mistake is your brain experimenting, trying new connections. That's how learning happens.
What's mistake number 3?
Mistake number 3, giving up too quickly. People try thinking in English for 3 days, don't see massive changes, and quit.
They want instant results.
But language learning is more like gardening than microwave cooking.
You plant seeds, water them daily, and wait for growth.
Exactly. The changes happen gradually, almost invisibly, until one day you realize, wait, I just had an entire thought in English without translating.
That's the breakthrough moment.
And it will come if you're patient and consistent.
How long would you say on average?
With daily practice using these techniques, most people notice significant changes in about 3 to 6 months.
That's actually faster than I expected.
The key word is daily. 10 minutes every single day beats 3 hours once a week.
Consistency over intensity.
Exactly. Your brain needs regular exposure to form new pathways.
This has been an enlightening conversation, Michelle.
I agree. I hope our listeners feel empowered to start rewiring their brains today.
Before we finish, let's give everyone a simple action plan they can start immediately.
Great idea. Action step 1, choose one daily routine activity like brushing teeth or commuting and make it your English bubble starting tomorrow.
Action step 2, download a podcast or audiobook in English and play it in the background for at least 1 hour today.
Action step 3, choose your English speaking role model and practice speaking like them for 5 minutes before bed tonight.
3 simple steps, totally doable.
And if you do these 3 things every day for 1 week, you'll already notice your brain working differently.
I'm excited for our listeners to experience this transformation.
Me too. Okay, everyone, before we say goodbye, please don't forget to subscribe to English Every Day.
And hit that like button if this episode gave you new ideas for learning English.
Share this episode with friends or family who are learning English. They'll thank you.
And we have homework for you today.
Oh yes, homework. In the comments below, tell us what daily activity will you turn into your English bubble?
Will it be cooking, exercising, driving, walking your dog?
Tell us in English and describe how you'll practice. For example, I will practice English while making breakfast. I will describe the eggs and the bread.
We'll read every comment and reply to as many as we can.
Also, tell us who your English-speaking role model is. We're so curious.
Is it a favorite actor, a teacher, a family member?
Share with us. We love hearing your stories.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, everyone.
Remember, you're not trying to become a different person. You're simply adding a new dimension to who you already are.
English is a tool that expands your world, not something that replaces your identity.
Be patient with yourself, celebrate small victories, and most importantly, have fun.
Until next time, keep practicing.
Keep exploring.
Keep growing.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.